Hi, and welcome to Classic Advice. My name is Scarlett Classic. I am your host. This is my podcast all about my advice that I'd like to share with you. I also have co hosts on, and they bring their own unique experience and expertise to the show, which is awesome. So I'm so happy that you decided to join, and let's dive right into the episode. Okay, this week, what I've got is the topic of understanding, quote unquote, I am enough, end quote. A few years ago, this I am enough saying was so popular. And I never really got it. I was like, I don't understand why everybody's so like, wow, I am enough. I am enough. For the rings and the cups and the all over social media. I am enough. And I never really understood it until one day it just dawned on me. The light went on and I was like, oh, I get it. I get it now. And so I wanted to share with you because I think understanding this concept, I am enough, is so huge. It will change your life for the better. I've shared before that I used to be such a people pleaser, and I think the main reason was because I didn't understand that I am enough concept. I didn't get it. It's a simple concept to understand with your head. But like my college professor used to say, the journey from your head to your heart is a very, very long ways. It's not a short distance and it's not an easy task. When you understand something with your head, it's all that head knowledge. When you understand something in your heart, it's understanding it to the core of your being. That you get it and that you live it. The concept is you are enough. You are enough just the way that you are, and you don't have to change a single thing about you to be worthy of love. Did you hear that? You are enough just the way that you are without changing a single thing about yourself. Now, I don't mean don't strive to better yourself and improve yourself, because that's the whole concept of this podcast. It's just the whole reason me doing it is so that we can strive to be like, I can strive to be a better me and you can strive to be a better you. That's not what I'm getting at, but the way that you are right now is good enough, and that you're worthy of love. We're all not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect, but we are worthy of love. To understand this with your heart, not just your head, is that you love yourself without the need for external validation. That's basically, if you need to have external validation from people, you are probably a people pleaser. I get this a lot. And if you are a people pleaser, I get you. And if you're trying to stop being a people pleaser, I get you. But understanding this concept that you're enough will help you stop. When you truly understand this with your heart, you will stop the people pleasing, because instead of living to please everybody else around you, you'll start living to please yourself. Because you are worthy of love just the way that you are. So you won't be as focused on pleasing everybody around you. Your acceptance of yourself just the way that you are, in all your imperfection and flaws, because we all have them. I have a lot of flaws, you know? Learning to love yourself with those imperfections, with those flaws, because you are enough just the way that you are. Still strive to be better, still strive to do better, but you are enough, and you don't need to change to be worthy of somebody's love. And that self-compassion when we do mess up, because it's gonna happen. We're gonna mess up. We're gonna make mistakes. It's inevitable. But when we do make the mistakes, to have that self-compassion with us and be like, okay, I messed up, and this is the reasons why I think I messed up. Okay, next time, what can I do to change so that it doesn't happen again? Okay, this is what I'm going to do so that it doesn't happen again, or at least strive that it doesn't happen again. And then move on with your night and give yourself some empathy and give yourself some self-compassion, because we all make mistakes. We all are human. And it's going to happen. Don't beat yourself up for your imperfections. And this will help create your sense of quote unquote enoughness. That's not technically a word, but I'm making it one for the purpose of this episode. You are enough the way that you are. You don't have to listen to all the outer critics or the inner critics. Now, the outer critics, people are going to judge you anyways. So let them. Let them. If you have ever gone to an event, stood in line, you have been judged. You have been judged by the people around you, because those types of people exist. Oh, why did she put that shirt with those pants? Or why did she tuck her shirt in? It would have looked better if she had left it tucked out. Or if she left it out. Or, oh goodness, why did she do her hair like that? She would look way better if she didn't have bangs. Or she would look better with bangs. Or why did she dye her hair so dark? It doesn't suit her complexion. Or why did he, do this or do that? Oh, those people exist, and you're never going to get away from them. And they're going to be there. So you need to get used to that idea of them being there. And whatever. If they want to criticize you, then that's their problem, not yours. If you want to wear that shirt with those pants and have it tucked in and have your bangs, then give her. It's just like, people will criticize you and judge you for the most, in my opinion, stupid things. They will be just it is what it is. You don't have to listen to them. You don't have to listen to those outer critics. Oh, well, I don't think that you should start a podcast, Scarlett, because you're not a licensed therapist, you're not a psychologist, and what would you possibly have to say that's worth anybody's time? I could listen to those people. I'm choosing not to, because I believe in the value of life experience. So I could choose to listen to those people, and I wouldn't be here today talking to you. I'm choosing not to listen to those people, because I believe in my own self-worth, and I believe that my life experience has some value, and that I have something that I can pass on. So that's why I'm here. Because I find value in myself, that I believe that I am enough to be here. Now let's move on to the inner critic, because they can be, if not just as mean, but meaner. And I could sit here and criticize myself and say, well, yeah, I don't have that college degree. I don't have that doctorate. I don't have this. I don't have that. Why am I doing this? I don't have 1 million followers. I don't even have 10 followers. So it's just like, no, but if my podcast helps even one person, that's enough. You listening right now, you're enough for me. I am here for you. I'm here for you. because you're enough. And I know I've mentioned in a couple of episodes that I had seen a TikTok of somebody that had encouraged all of their viewers to think of their thoughts as like a separate person from themselves. And when those negative thoughts come into our minds, we can choose to either believe it or not believe it. I can choose to listen to my own thoughts or not. I can't necessarily, we don't have control of what thoughts pop in our heads. You know, those intrusive thoughts that just like, what? Where did that come from? You all know what I'm talking about. No, I can choose to be like, no, let's not go down that path. Let's go down this path. I choose the positive path, like that fork in the road. If you're going for a hike, you can choose to go left or you can choose to go right. You can choose to believe the positive or you can choose to listen to the negative thoughts, that left-hand side turn, or you can choose to go right and go, no, I'm not going to listen to you today, intrusive thoughts. I'm going to go listen to this. I'm going to go do this because I believe I am worthy. I believe I can do this. I believe that I am enough. Doing things that boost your sense of worth will help you believe that you are enough. And it will help ingrain this into your mind so that you really truly believe it. Because you might be like my previous self that didn't believe I was worthy, didn't believe that I was enough, and didn't even really love myself. So what are some examples that you could do to help boost your self-esteem so that you really believe that you are enough? For me, I will give you some examples from my own life. It's an activity of chasing my dream. So going back to the example of the podcast is doing this podcast. I want to pay it forward. I would love to help people. I want to help you. That's why I'm here. It's a dream of mine to help people. It's always been a dream of mine. And it gives me a sense that all my struggles weren't for nothing. Because now I can look back and extend my hand to you and help you up this incredibly steep mountain of life that is sometimes so hard. That I'm not just trekking up this mountain by myself and only for myself, but I stop at the rest points. I stop at that bench for you so that we can hike up this mountain together. And it's going to be so much easier together than it would be alone. Building a community with my podcast so we can go do this together. Taking some time every day for myself. Now, I'm not necessarily working on my podcast every day. I'm thinking about topics every day. It's something I kind of keep floating in the back of my brain every time I watch a movie or I kind of be like, I'm thinking about things for my podcast. I'm not necessarily actively doing something for my podcast, but for another hobby of mine, another dream of mine that I've mentioned before is writing a novel and getting it published, whether it's published by a publishing house or published like self-publishing. So every day I have committed and I have told myself every day I'm writing in my book. Every day I'm going to work on it. Every single day. And you know what? Taking that time for myself, and it doesn't have to be 5 hours. It can be 30 minutes. But every day I'm going in it and I'm doing something and I'm working on it. And it's bringing my self-worth. It's like really, really making me happy. And it's making me proud of me because I'm actually doing it. I finished writing my first chapter the other day. On Friday? Thursday, I think it was. I finished writing the first chapter of my book. Ta-ting! Woohoo! Well, that's one chapter I didn't have previously. And it's made me so happy that, yes, I did it. Just working a little bit on it every day. And it's brought me joy because it's something that I love to do. It's something that I'm passionate about. I enjoy doing it so much. It's so relaxing for me to I put on some really calm music, and it's so calming for me to sit and write and just be immersed in my story that I'm writing. I love it. I love sitting down and reading a book, taking that time for me, and taking that time to work towards my dream has and seeing and looking back and saying, wow, look how far I've come, look, I've already done the first chapter, is huge. And my self-worth and my self-esteem has it like gave me like a adrenaline rush, that wow, look at what I did, look, I am enough, look what I did, I'm so proud of me. And that boosted my self-worth. So what, for you that are listening, what is that thing that you could do? What's your dream? And do just something little. Because we all, I get it. We're all so busy. I'm a mother. I work. I have dogs. I have a husband. Everything. There's always something that's being demanded of our time. So I get it that we're busy, but just take, even if it's 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure you could find 10 minutes out of your day to work on your dream. Because how long do you spend scrolling on your phone? Be honest. Be honest with me. How long do you spend scrolling on your phone? Now, could you substitute scrolling on your phone to working on your dream? Something to think about. Aw, Scarlett. You got me. Understanding that you're enough allows you to live more presently in the moment and finding joy in your life, because you start to live for you and not everyone else around you by doing the things that make you happy. Did you got that? Understanding that you're enough allows you to live more presently in the moment. When I work on my novel, for example, when I do the things that bring me joy, I'm living only in that present moment. I'm only doing that one thing that that brings me joy. And you start to live for yourself. I'm actively taking the time to do something for me that makes me happy. That's really big. It is actively driving me to my dreams. I am done chapter 1. I am enough. Have I gone to university to learn how to write a novel? No. Have I done research on how to do a novel? Yeah. But this whole idea that I'm enough, that I can do this, it's driving me to chase that dream of writing my novel. It's allowing me to chase the dream of having a podcast and being here with you. So when you believe in your heart, in your soul, in your being, and not just up in your head, that you're not enough. So this is the flip side of the coin. When you're believing deep down that you're not enough, that's where all that self-doubt lives. So understanding in your heart, on the other side of the coin, where you are enough. You are enough. This is where you'll be freed. The freedom, the liberty, you will soar. You will feel empowered. You will feel inspired to go and chase your dreams because you really truly believe deep down in your core that you're enough. And if one person can do it, you can do it. Look at all the other podcasters out there. If they can do it, why can't I? Look at all the authors out there. If they can do it, why can't I? Why can't you? Why not? Go for it. Shoot for the stars. You never know what's going to happen. You know what will happen if you don't try, though. I really hope you heard me today, that you are enough just the way that you are, that you don't have to change a single thing about yourself to be worthy of love. My challenge for you this week is a really simple one. It's not going to take any extra of your time. Whenever you go to the bathroom, typically there is a mirror there. I want you to look in the mirror. I would like you to look at yourself in the eyes, and I want you to tell yourself, you are enough and I love you. That's my challenge. I want you to see your world change. Before we leave, I'm going to leave you with JJ's tagline because it is just so awesome. So please pause. Love yourself because you are enough, and be aware of your ripple. All right, take care, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you for listening all the way to the very end. Aw, you're the best. My website is ClassicChronicles.ca. If you want to head on over there, I have my co-hosts all listed there. If you click on their photos, it'll take you directly to their website. Go say hi to them. They would love to hear from you. Podcasters love hearing from their listeners. So go say hi. Don't be shy. And if you want to as well, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link on there, which all the proceeds I use to just pour right back into my podcast. It does cost me just a little bit to have this podcast going, and I would love to be able to support it instead of taking it out of my own pocket and maybe, take the kids for an ice cream because they don't like coffee. I love coffee though. So, all right, you guys take care and we'll see you next week. Bye.